Hey guys, today we are going to look for our vocabulary words in our story Lost in the Desert. Remember, we have 3 that we are going to annotate when we come across them. They are peered, terror, and fled. I have a highlighter ready to help me out. If you have a highlighter, that's great. Otherwise, use a pencil, a pen, a crayon, something that you have handy at home. Just make sure that you can see through it so that you can find the words and still read them. Alright, let's get started. This is Lost in the Desert by Thea Feldman. Kara looked out the car window. She saw a lot of brown earth. She saw many cactuses and some grass. She saw the blue sky and the empty road. She did not see much else. "Where are we again?" she asked her parents. Her mom showed Kara the map. "We're in the Sonoran Desert, in Arizona, on our way to see the Oregon pipe cactuses in bloom." "Oh yeah," said Kara, as the car slowed to a stop. "The Sonoran Desert, or in Fred's case, the Snoring Desert." Kara looked over at the family cat, napping on the seat next to her. "Looks like he'll sleep through the entire vacation," Kara said. Kara and her parents got out of the air-conditioned car. They saw many tall cactuses with big flowers. "I'm glad we came early, before it gets even hotter," said Kara's mother. "It's sure to be another 100-degree day." She opened the car door to grab her camera. "And I doubt it will rain. Like all deserts, the Sonoran Desert gets less than 10 inches of rain a year." Boys and girls, I know that we are annotating for vocabulary words, but I just want to point out that even though this is a realistic fiction text or a story that's made up, however, could be a true story in real life, we still learn facts. So here they give us a fact about the desert and how it gets less than 10 inches of rain a year. So even though it's fiction, sometimes we read fiction that still offers us true information. Let's keep going. At the same time, in the cool car, Fred woke up. He felt the warm air outside and liked the way it felt. Right before Kara's mom closed the door again, he slipped outside. Kara's mother did not notice. Neither did Kara nor her dad. Kara's mother took photos of a pipe organ cactus. Kara and her father strolled around. On the other side of the car, Fred stretched. The hot sun felt good. Suddenly, a kangaroo rat dashed right in front of Fred and ran into the brush. Fred did not know what kind of rat it was, but he was sure it was the kind that needed to be chased. So he chased it. Just when Fred thought he might catch the rat, it disappeared into a hole in the ground. Fred peered into the hole. The rat was gone. Here's the word peered. Fred looked around. He did not see the car. He did not see Kara or her parents. He saw a lot of brown earth. He saw many cactuses and very little grass. He saw the blue sky. He did not see much else. Fred felt the heat on his back and on his paws too. The ground was so hot. The heat no longer felt good. Fred heard 3 car doors slam. He ran toward the sound. He got to the road and saw the car leaving without him. His family must have thought he was still inside. Poor Fred. Fred meowed and ran after the car, but it was going too fast. Fred had to stop. He was thirsty now. He did not see a single drop of water. How did the plants get water? How did the animals drink? Fred did not know that desert plants trap and store rainwater to drink during dry seasons. He did not know that desert animals get water from the food they eat. He just knew he was thirsty. So again, I like how the author kind of slips in some information here for us to learn about the desert. I know that we're annotating for vocabulary, but sometimes when I'm reading, I also like to take notes of things that I find important or interesting. And right here I see that the author tells us how the plants have adapted to their environment by keeping and storing rainwater for them to drink during dry seasons. And also the animals get water from the food that they eat. So those are 2 good facts to know. The desert was quiet. Where are the animals? Fred wondered. He did not know that most desert animals rest underground or in the shade during the day. He just knew he needed to get out of the sun. He saw some rocky hills and walked toward them, hoping he would find shade there. A sidewinder moved quickly across the sand. It was coming toward Fred. Snake, he thought. Fred did not know much about snakes. He hoped they did not eat cats. The sidewinder passed by him. Fred ran away. Phew, thought Fred, when he realized he was hungry now too. What can a house cat eat in the desert? Fred reached the hills and was happy to see some shade. He rested under the rocky outcropping. He hoped his family would realize he was missing and come back for him before it got dark. Fred was a cat. He could see well in the dark, but he was afraid of what else he might see. If it was so quiet during the day, what happened during the night? Fred licked himself. He thought it would calm him, but the desert sand in his fur just made him thirstier. Then Fred's stomach growled loudly. Fred realized that it wasn't his stomach. That was a bobcat on the rocks above him. The bobcat had not seen Fred yet. Fred froze in terror. Suddenly, Fred heard 3-car door slam. Fred! 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 It was his family. Without looking behind him, Fred fled. He ran toward the sound. When he got to the car, he scrambled into the back seat. 3-car doors slammed again, and the car drove off. Kara put a bowl of water and a dish of cat food on the floor. Silly Fred, she said. Don't you know that a house cat doesn't belong in the desert? Yes, thought Fred. Yes, I do. And here he is, here getting his snack and some water. Alright, good job guys. We found our 3 vocabulary words. You may use those highlighted words in the next section when you are doing your Foursquare. Don't forget to go back a page to help you use the definitions that are provided in our lesson when you're filling out the definition part of the Foursquare. Have fun!